So I think we are ready to get started. First, let me thank you all for joining us here this afternoon. And it really is a time of celebration. And if you don't know me, my name is Bob Powers, and I'm the general manager at BART. And thank you. Yeah, he had to do that, right? Yes. Job security, yeah. Yours or mine? All right, so you can see the new fare gates behind here. And if my good friend Jim Wonderman was here, we have a term that he and I use, and this is the new BART. And if you haven't tried BART, you know, the new fare gates that you see right behind us here are one element of the new BART. You couple that with the added presence, security and safety presence in the system with our chief of police here, new lighting, the new cars that are out there, shorter trains, the improved cleanliness, the on-time performance. It really is the new BART. And so anybody here, how many BART stations in Contra Costa County? Anybody? 6, 13, 12. Whoever said 12, that's the 12. How many have we completed all the fare gates, the new fare gates on? All 12. All 12 fare gates and stations have new fare gates in Contra Costa County. And I can think of no other county that has been a better partner to BART than Contra Costa County. So I wanted to there are so many elected officials here. I have a list of, there must be about 20 or 22 elected officials. But can I just, for all the folks, the elected officials that are here, could you just please raise your hand for one moment? You could. A round of applause to all the elected officials. So you are the representation of the people here, and you being out here shows that you're committed to public transit, and so thank you for being here. And I, too, wanted to acknowledge our partner agencies that are here. This is an interconnected system, and whether it's BART or Tri-Delta or County Connection or CCTA, we are all collectively in it together. And I just want to thank our partner agencies that are out here for their support as well. Okay, with that introductions, I think I might be emceeing this thing a little bit, but I'm going to introduce a good friend of mine and one of my bosses, maybe my most senior boss, BART Board President Mark Foley.
Thank you, Bob. I'm one of many Marks today, so here we go. Well, good afternoon and welcome. Today we celebrate a significant milestone for BART. We now have new fare gates, as Bob mentioned, at all Contra Costa stations. These fare gates are something that riders have been asking for, and the feedback we've received has been just fantastic. Many of the stations on the yellow line, which is our busiest line, now have these new fare gates. And really, it's an opportunity for us to meet rider expectations for a fantastic BART, but also our goal of being world-class transit. And this really is one step in that direction. And as you probably are aware, by the end of this year, we will also have fare gates in all 50 stations system-wide. Every single station will have its own fare gates by the end of the year. And really, that wouldn't be possible if not for our queen of the fare gates, if you will, Sylvia Lamb. Sylvia, if you could come up here for a moment. Thank you. I really want to thank the entire BART team, but especially the tireless work that Sylvia has provided in really getting this project running. You know, Sylvia is our Assistant General Manager of Infrastructure Delivery, and it really is her responsibility to make sure that this goes off flawlessly, and you've done that. I know we've had a lot of high expectations from the board, and you've worked with the manufacturer to hit some curveballs and to make sure that things are actually running smooth, and that the installation has remained uncompromised and on schedule. So thank you very, very much for making this happen. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And it is not just Sylvia, it is a team. We've got our folks in our funding strategy department, which work creatively and quickly to develop and implement a plan to fully fund this top priority project. In addition, our BART Deputy General Manager, Michael Jones, consistently ensuring that we remain focused, diligent, and aligned with our project schedule and budget, two critical factors. And I also want to thank, as Bob did as well, our funding partners, including the Contra Costa Transportation Authority. Commissioner and County Supervisor Ken Carlson will be speaking with us shortly as well from the CCTA board. Now, I will say that, while new fare gates have helped increase revenue and they'll reduce fare evasion, not everyone can afford public transit. I want to close by letting folks know and encouraging people to take advantage of the many Clipper discounts and discount programs that are offered by BART and by the Clipper service, including discounts for seniors, youth, disabled riders, as well as Clipper Start and our Clipper Bay Pass program. And now it is my honor to introduce our next speaker, someone who cares deeply about our community and the value of public transit, the United States Representative for the 10th District, Mark DeSaulnier. In a moment. But first, MTC Chair and Pleasant Hill Mayor, Sue Nowak. Sue?
Okay, now I have to explain what all that was. I was supposed to go after Mark, but I have to be at a Citizens Academy in Pleasant Hill, so I just informed Mark he was going to have to go after me. Not an easy comment to make, but he accepted it graciously. So anyway, thank you all for being here. It's really an honor to be here, both as the mayor of Pleasant Hill and also the chairman of the Metropolitan Transportation Commission. These fare gates are game-changing for everyone, certainly for our local community, but also for our region. One of MTC's goals is to make the region have a world-class transit network, and certainly this is a great step, along with all the other points that Bob pointed out at the beginning: new cars, more cleanliness. The safety and security is number one for all riders. These gates are going to make a tremendous difference. So I will keep this short so that I don't hold up Mark or he doesn't push me out of the way. He's already here. Oh, my God. Okay, anyway, thank you all so much. Really appreciate being here. And thank you to BART for such great work on the fare gates and getting Contra Costa all done. We really appreciate it. Okay. Oh, now it's my honor to introduce the U.S. Congressman Mark DeSaulnier. Yeah. What do you want me to say?
Lie. Tell nice things.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm not worthy to follow you. For those of you who don't know us, it's a comedy routine, and we think it's funny, so if you don't understand it, we apologize. I just want to echo what's already been said, but the collaboration here between the different agencies, it may seem like not as significant as it appears to just the general public, but we know that we have to adapt with the times. And these fare gates, we know from research and other agencies that they make a huge difference in terms of the operations, the fare box recovery, and the safety. So it is really significant, and I'm just really pleased to be part of it. And now I have to introduce somebody, and I can't remember. What's these people from Pleasant Hill? Ken Carlson, who's a great representative on the Board of Supervisors. Ken?
I was going to say golden years. Wow. How do you follow that between the two of them? I'm not going to mention the color of their hair. I am Ken Carlson. I represent District 4, and you're in the heart of District 4 for Contra Costa County as a supervisor. But I'm here on behalf of the Contra Costa Transportation Authority, of which I sit on that board as well. And first, I'll extend my personal gratitude to BART. As a BART user, I am thrilled that we have our new gates, and in such quick, short order, we really did. What's exciting is that they accomplished that so quickly to all of the Contra Costa stations. And the other part of that is CCTA is a partner, a true partner. we contributed $3.5 million of local money, Measure J funds, to see to it that we have these gates. And again, I just got to applaud BART and all the efforts they've made in the recent, coming out of the pandemic, their efforts to build the trust within the community, their efforts to make it safer, more efficient, and secure. So these gates are not only secure, but they're accessible. They bring that element of equity. Those in wheelchairs, those pushing strollers, those with disabilities can access these gates as easily and efficiently as anybody else. And then finally, the incorporation of technology. The way we can go about paying our fares and getting onto the system is truly exceptional. And we're seeing that in the Clipper Start program. We're seeing a significant growth in the Clipper Start program to the tune of about 141% in just the first quarter. So again, our gratitude to be such willing and trusting partners, our devotion at CCTA to our broader transit system, as well as to be partners with BART. So again, I'm thankful and grateful to have you all here today. And with that, I'm going to introduce a good friend, a former colleague, Director Matt Rinn. Another Pleasant Hillian.
I guess this is former Pleasant Hill Mayor Day or current Mayor Day. Anyways, nice to see everyone out here. Very grateful for the opportunity. These fare gates are just one example of our new approach and safety and security amongst BART. I want to take a moment to give a shout out to our BART PD, if you guys are usually hanging around the back, and our law enforcement wing of that. We're looking for a few more good men and women to add to our ranks, so if you know somebody out there who would be interested, we'd love to have you, because that's part of our program as well, is that once we have the gates, that we keep BART a safe opportunity for everybody. Being here in Pleasant Hill for a while, Pleasant Hill BART Station is part of the community through the business community. I want to acknowledge the Pleasant Hill Chamber of Commerce, which is out here today. And then we also have Visit Pleasant Hill, our hotels organization, who's trying to partner with BART. And whether you're staying out here a little cheaper than the city and go to events in the city, we're seeing a huge uptick in ridership, especially on nights and weekends. And so it's a great opportunity for people to not have to drive to the city, pay $50 to $100 of parking at an event, and then have to try to come back. So we're looking to continue that, but we wanted to thank you for everyone being out here today and appreciate all your support. And I'm just going to acknowledge one of our other board of directors who's here today, Vice Chair Melissa Hernandez is here as well, so I just wanted to acknowledge her. Thanks for coming up from Dublin. It only took probably 3 hours from Dublin to here, but we appreciate you coming up. So anyways, thank you guys so much. And it's my honor to introduce one of our system service supervisors, Eric Ayers, is here today to speak with you. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eric Ayers, supervisor of the System Service Department. My job and the job of the people that report to me is to keep this station and others clean and welcoming. That's our commitment to our riders. The fare gates, we spend a lot of time behind those fare gates. We are here to make sure that the fare gates are in place. Like I say, we spend a lot of time behind the fare gates, and we do, let me start over. We welcome to our, we spend a lot of time behind the fare gates, and we do better than anybody to know that we know what to do to keep the stations clear and neat, okay? I can tell you that these fare gates make a big difference, have been making a big difference. People who pay in our system are more likely to respect it. They are more likely to not to litter than to leave messes or to keep our station looking the way we want them to look. Riders who use their hard-earned money to ride the trains, use the stations and ride the trains, deserve a clean and respectful, pleasant experience on the trains, okay? The experience that we want, the fare gates are reinforcing that common goal that we want for the fare gates, all right? Also, riders, we thank you BART employees, thank you for riding the trains. We really appreciate you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague and station agent, Chris Milano. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to everyone. Hi, I'm Chris Manalo, and I'm honored to be here today to speak on behalf of BART. I'm a station agent. As you can see, you probably see me here in this station, and I see new fare gates as a huge improvement over the old fare gates. Before the new fare gates were installed, I witnessed a lot of more nefarious activities in BART station. Now I hardly see anyone hanging out and being up to no good. I think the fare gates have played a major role in a change of our stations by providing an extra layer of safety. I don't think the fare gates alone should be viewed as a silver bullet, but as a very important piece of infrastructure helping to make BART a better rider experience. The new fare gates, along with more BART personnel presence in the stations and trains, including police, crisis intervention specialists, and ambassadors, all are working together to make our BART system safer. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our riders for patronizing BART all these years and for giving us the opportunity to make our system safer, more reliable, fundamentally sound, and environmentally friendly. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak up as a station agent, and I'll see you around, and have a blessed day. And let me introduce the next speaker, which is our BART Police Chief, Kevin Franklin. Kevin Franklin.
Thanks, Chris. The cops are always sneaking up on him. I'm Kevin Franklin. I'm the Chief of Police here at BART, and I just want to thank our General Manager for his unwavering support and our Board of Directors for always giving us the resources we need. You just heard from a station agent, and I think one of the first things that a BART police officer learns is if you really want to know what's happening at a BART station, you talk to the station agent. So when I hear the station agent tell me that they're seeing a positive difference, I know that these gates really are working. It's a new day for safety here on BART in Contra Costa County. The arrival of the next generation fare gates has already proven to be a force multiplier for the BART Police Department. By making it much harder to enter BART without paying, these gates are freeing up my officers to respond to emergencies, and that's helping us to maintain one of the quickest response times to Part 1 emergencies of any agency in the Bay Area. The success we're having in reducing crime on BART is the result of many things, including the hard work of our team, including our nonstop efforts to boost our visible safety presence of both our sworn and our unarmed civilian personnel. You can see members of that safety team here today, sworn and non-sworn personnel working together to put our riders first. When I'm out in the system talking to members of my team and frontline employees, I'm consistently told how these gates are transforming the station environment. People feel safer once the new gates go in. I want to be clear, not everyone who fare evades goes on to commit crimes on BART, but the reality is many of those who engage in unwanted antisocial behavior on our trains and on our stations do not pay to enter the system. These gates help to deter unwanted behavior. We're making real progress, and these fare gates are an important part of our efforts to deliver the safe experience our riders demand and deserve. We have a lot of work ahead to make things even safer, and that includes going all out on recruiting more police officers in one of the most competitive hiring environments in the country. But we're committed to this work, and I have the support of our directors to do that. I firmly believe that once these new gates are installed in all 50 of our stations, that they will make a lasting difference for rider safety on BART. So thank you for being here, and I'll turn it over to our General Manager.
Not a surprise, Chief. I got it. We have two more speakers, and then I think two more speakers here. Three? we want to hear from three more speakers here. And the first is we're going to hear from is, who am I going to? Matt Regan? Matt Regan. Two other speakers, and then what we're going to do, just to give everybody a heads up, we would like to have everybody go over and we're going to cut a ribbon as we get into the fair gates here. So with that, I will ask Matt to come on up here, and then we'll hear two more speakers. Matt, good to see you.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah. Thank you. I'm Matt Regan. I'm Senior Vice President of Policy at the Bay Area Council. Our CEO, Jim Wunderman, sends us apologies. He gets stuck in traffic getting here. I took BART. Go figure. We are an 80-year-old employer-sponsored public policy and advocacy organization, and one of the very first projects we took on back in the late 1940s was the creation of a regional rail system. And that vision turned into BART, and BART is the system today that makes this region the best place in the world to live and work. It's an amazing accomplishment that we got this system and we need to protect it, and the fare gates that you're seeing behind are part of that project. Back in 2023, at the end of COVID, we surveyed BART riders, our membership, our employer members, and a very high percentage of them, 78%, said, we would like to come back to BART, but we're worried about safety, we're worried about cleanliness, we're worried about the general experience that we've heard about on BART. Well, these gates have changed everything. These gates are game changers. For those 78% of people, I ride BART every day, and I see a tangible difference every time I get on a train, that the system is cleaner, it's safer, and it's more reliable. So for those 78%, come back. You will see a difference. It's time to get back on BART. The system is running the way it used to, and it's a testament to the team at BART, the infrastructure team, the public safety team, that the system is what it was, and it's going to be much better in the future. So we thank you and look forward to many more years of working with BART. Thank you.
Okay, our next speaker, let me introduce from Contra Costa Senior Mobility Action Council Chair, Candace Evans. Candace, nice to see you. Nice to see you. My pleasure.
Thank you. Oh, wow. I am so happy to not only be here, but to see the transition that BART has taken for seniors. My name is Candace. As he stated, I am the chair of the Senior Mobility Action Council, and we advocate for seniors transportation. And if we're all lucky, we will be at that point at some point in life, if God is willing, for sure. And the reason why our accessibility is so important is because the fare gates helps the accessibility of the seniors. There are a number of things like the seniors designed accessible, user-friendly. Some seniors do need help. We have so many BART police here, and they help that comes along with this transition of these gates. The new gates and sensitive sensors. And so seniors do need this because the old gates were not sensitive sensors, and they were cutting the seniors off. So I was getting all types of emails of this. And so I do appreciate you adding that little feature on there. The canes, walkers, wheelchairs smoothly, and the upgrades help in the independence of the support. And so on behalf of the Senior Mobility Action Council, we do appreciate myself, my co-chair, Jim Donnelly, which has been, some of you may know him, he's been on the Action Council for many years, and he appointed me. I was raised by my grandparents, so I've always understood the importance of senior transportation. And so with that, I will say thank you so much for having me, and thank you for making our seniors more important. And I think I am the last speaker, so let's cut this ribbon. Oh, okay. One more.
One more. And I thank you, Candace. Very lovely words. One more speaker here. And it is an honor for me to introduce this speaker. He's a good partner to BART. He's a good partner to Pleasant Hill, the city of Pleasant Hill, Contra Costa County, and to the Bay Area. And it's a pleasure for me to introduce Mark Olcott, and he is the East Bay Leadership Council President and CEO. So Mark, thank you for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Lovely. All right, well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Orcutt. I'm the President and CEO of the East Bay Leadership Council. It's a pleasure to be a part of today's celebration and stand among such effective and respected public servants, not just elected, the people who help this system run so effectively every single day. EBLC represents hundreds of employers who together power hundreds of thousands of jobs and generate billions in economic impact in Contra Costa and Alameda County. We ensure that employers have an influential seat at the table on issues that shape our region's future, and few matter more than public transit. At EBLC, we believe that public transit is an essential economic infrastructure. The rollout of these next generation fare gates behind me represents something more than safety upgrades. It's a strategic investment in regional economic competitiveness. Transit moves people, and people move the economy. That's why this matters. Of course, a fare gate alone does not solve our transit system's problems and the challenges we face, but it does matter. It's a visible step towards a safer, cleaner, and more welcoming experience for riders, and it signals a system that's committed to rebuilding trust and rising to meet the moment that our systems face. So I leave you with one thing. I'll leave you with this. Every time we make BART safer and more reliable, we make the East Bay's economy stronger. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Every time we make BART safer and more reliable, we make the East Bay's economy stronger. Congratulations to everyone involved, and thank you for having me today.
Encore, one more time?
One more time, Mark. Let's hear it.
Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for, we're going to stretch a ribbon out, and we're going to cut a ribbon to memorialize the completion of all the fare gates, the new fare gates in Contra Costa County. I think I'll do the countdown. There are 4 pairs of scissors, so the elected officials higher up than me figure out who gets those. Congressman, come on up here for sure. Yeah. But the speakers and the elected officials, please make your way over here, and we'll do the ribbon cutting.